$250 is not a lot of money for a complicated goldfish surgery because it may or may not have happened. But the fact is, owning a pet is very expensive. I know it's a labor of love and it's money you will happily hand over to make your pet comfortable and feel good.
It's a goldfish. They're like $5 at the pet store. I mean, are you kidding me?
Bob is still a goldfish.
There's no way.
Thanks to his life-saving surgery, he is still alive.
Microsurgery tools, there's no way you get that for $250. No way.
We've been debating this the whole break. It's very challenging because there are actual pictures to back it up. But yet, Dan's claiming Photoshop.
There's pictures of a goldfish on a slab, whatever. It doesn't show anything.
I did get a text here that says, Jordana, our goldfish is 16. Want to bet? I don't know. I never heard of a goldfish lasting 16 or 20 years. But God bless you. You must be feeding that thing right. I digress. Today is National Love Your Dog Day. Today. And we as Americans, this stat will astound you, or maybe not if you own a pet, probably not. We spend about $63 billion a year. That was a billion with a B. $1 billion a year on our pets. That is a whole lot of money. Larry Kallevig is with Haven Financial Group, and he's going to join us to talk about why we're spending so much money and the true cost of owning a pet. Larry, so happy to have you on the program.
Good evening, Jordana.
All right, really? $63 billion a year? That's a whole lot of money.
Big business, $63 billion with a B. You got it.
Okay, so how does that translate then to each of us? I mean, how much does it cost? Let's just pick dogs because it's National Dog Day. How much does it cost to own a dog every year, an estimate?
Well, you certainly have the initial cost and the good breed and what have you. That's going to depend. You have the first year, and I speak from experience because I have two 6-pound puffy dogs at home. Range, you're looking at first year $1,300, maybe to $1,800 for like spaying, neutering, all that other stuff, training. Every year, annually, what can you expect? Maybe $500 or more, depending upon the lifestyle you perhaps have created for that dog over 11 years.
Yeah,
it's about $7,000.
That's and that's just regular costs. That's, vaccinations, going to the vet, food, things like that. This isn't if, God forbid, the pet is sick or if they need any kind of medication. Like I've heard about diabetic cats.
Oh, absolutely. Over the course of a lifetime, a pet will probably have one of those things you just mentioned, where there's a major emergency vet bill needed between $2,000 and $4,000. How have you prepared for that?
Now, what about pet insurance? Is it worth it? I've heard about it. Does it really help you pay? And are a lot of people using it? And is it paying out?
There are a lot of people using it. In fact, it gets unnoticed for the reason a lot of people don't even know it exists. But the fact is, if you have one of these emergency vet bills, how have you prepared for that? If you don't have enough liquid monies to pay for that in a fund, then maybe that $20 a month approximately will bail you out in one of those emergencies.
Yeah. Okay, so it's worth it. Is it expensive, pet insurance?
It really isn't. It's all relative, but you're looking at probably $200 to $250 a year, $20, $25 a month.
Yeah, because some of these surgeries, could be $2,500 easy.
Oh, easy.
All right. Now, you send me some notes about how to save some money when it comes to our furry friends. People are going to say, oh, Jor, I love my pet. I would never, use the cheaper dog food. I want to splurge on my pet. But there are ways to save some money, right?
There is, and it starts with a budget. I mean, crunch some numbers. Are you ready? Well, are you ready for those foods and all the toys? And what can you do? Well, first of all, you could do your research, always a good thing to do. You could look at, of course, purebreds, more expensive, tend to have a little more health issues. What about mixed breeds? A little bit less expensive, maybe not so costly long term. Or I got even a better one. Go to the animal shelter or the rescue shelter.
Yes.
See if you can find one that appeals. Maybe find your family pet there and save money and give back to the shelter and the rescue shelter.
Yeah, that's a good one if you go into the vet. And when you go to the rescue shelter, they don't have their shots, right? Already, you still have to take them to the vet and get everything done, correct?
A lot of times, the prices that are included there, not always. It includes the shots sometimes. Not always spaying or neutering sometimes is included, or the monies that you pay go back into that.
All right. What else can we do? I mean, obviously, we want to buy the best food for them and get the best checkups for them. The insurance doesn't pay for that, does it?
No, but I will say this. Just like you and I get wellness visits, checkups to make sure that we're doing preventative care, no different than your pet.
Right.
Good hygiene, brush their teeth. By the way, teeth for dogs can be a major, major problem.
Know it.
Diagnose the
Yes.
issues early, you might not have them later.
Yeah, the teeth can be a major problem. I remember even just having to get my dog's teeth cleaned because they put them out for that. So they undergo general anesthesia and to clean their teeth. So I do remember that being a big expense and a big deal. But you got to do that, right?
You do. I mean, our first one we had was a small dog. Do you have a pet, Jordan?
Yes, I do. Of course. I have a King Charles Spaniel right now. I used to have a Maltese.
Wonderful. So you know then. Yeah, teeth can be very, very costly, and you might have to do them several times, and even at the end, you do the best to prevent, but you can't prevent everything.
Yeah, my goodness. Have you had any of your clients come to you with major pet expenses? Any stories to share?
Oh, numerous. And it goes, again, without saying, some of the bigger dogs, hunting dogs that get into fence lines or come across some wild animals. And, of course, a dog's a man's best friend. You're going to do everything, but sometimes it's at the detriment of the budget.
Yeah, you really got to be careful for that. Okay, and because you're a financial guy, right? So what should we be looking at? You said it costs us about $1,800 a year for, I guess a medium size, $1,300 to $1,800 for a medium sized dog. So you need to have that put away before you even attempt to go and find one.
Well, reserves are obviously good, but give it thought to all of the above. One that people overlook a lot of times, especially if you're a couple and you're both working during the day. If you got a puppy, what about pet daycare?
Right, yeah.
Who's watching it? Mm-hmm. How much?
Dog
Have
walker.
you put that into the numbers?
That's right. That's another one. Oh, yeah, it adds up. It really does. I tell you, it adds up and it goes fast. Larry, what didn't I ask you? What else do we need to know?
Well, one of the things that people point out also is can it save you money? And quite frankly, there are about 5 things that it can save you money. Now, some of them are kind of comical, but at the same time, that dog that you buy, that pet, it needs to have some exercise.
Yeah.
And 2 out of 3 people don't use their gym membership. Well, perhaps that might save $40 to $50 a month at that gym membership because you might need to maybe go run that dog.
I will tell you, Susan Blanche has a dog, and she's lost a lot of weight this winter walking that dog.
I've heard it numerous times.
Yeah, isn't that great?
Yeah.
Thought about it that way. I know, fantastic. Well, that is a little comical, but you're right. We have to look at it as a positive. Larry Kallevig is from Haven Financial Group, and I'm so glad that you came on today to talk about National Pet Lovers Day.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks,
as always.
Larry.